What's up, you guys? Welcome to the first episode of The
Realest. Fuck yeah.
So excited. I don't think you understand how difficult it is to get four busy entrepreneurial women in the same room at the same time. Mm-hmm. It's taken a minute, but to introduce ourselves, my name is Shelby.
I am Samantha.
I am Nyesha or Mika Days or whatever you want to call me.
I'm Sunny Mars. Don't call me anything else.
So let's talk a little bit about what we each kind of do. Let people know a little bit about who we are. Nyesha, do you want to start?
Oh, sure. Okay, Jamaican born, moved to Utah a few years ago. My sister Sunny and I and our parents, we own a Jamaican restaurant in Park City, Utah. I used to teach at Millennium Dance Complex in Salt Lake City. I have a group called La Pooms that I'm directing in Salt Lake.
Shake that ass.
We've done. Sorry, I was like, what's going on? We've done World of Dance. You know, we're bringing dance hall culture here. So I have a lot going on, and I'm a mom.
You're a badass bitch.
So are you, bitch. All you bitches. Okay, on to my sister, I believe, Sunny.
I'm Sunny, Jamaican born, Montego Bay,
Bay,
Jamaica. Big up.
Yeah.
Mobia.
Dead it.
Also raised in Brooklyn for a little bit, and now I'm here in Utah. Loving Utah. I'm an entrepreneur, a Pro Tools audio engineer, a musician, entrepreneur, 11th House Jamaican Food, and I'm also partner with my sister at La Pooms, also partner of The Realest, and I'm also momager to my daughter, Yaya, that I'm managing her music career and producing her music. I'm also a student of Berkeley Online. That's a school of music, a fashion designer in technical and also design. So I have my degree in that as well.
God damn.
So I'm just going to pass that on to Shelby.
I caught it. What's up?
What's crack-a-lackin'?
What's crack-a-lackin'? Hi, my name is Shelby. And I do a multitude of things as well. I am an esthetician and I do full body waxing. That's the main thing that I do.
Hey.
And yes, it's very fun. Full body waxing for both women and men, might I add. A lot of men get waxed. You wouldn't think about it.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. We'll have to have a segment talking about my wild fucking experiences with that.
Uh-oh.
Yes. So I do full body waxing. I also am doing tooth gems, which is really fucking cute and exciting. What else do I do? I also am a mom. Yes.
Yes. To the mothers.
I am a mom to two little babies. My son is 2.5. My daughter is 10 months. So they are babies. I'm a mom. I also am doing this podcast, obviously. I'm also an event planner. I own an event planning company, and it's amazing. So we do lots of things over here.
Yes, we
Yes,
do.
we do.
We're sharing a mic today. You guys, we had some technical difficulties.
Girl, you don't
We had
even
just
know.
a few. My name is Samantha. My main thing that I do is that I am a birth worker. I am a doula. I love it so much. It's my favorite, just being present with women or individuals who are giving birth is just pure magic. I also write. I'm working on a children's book and also a fantasy novel. Oh yeah, and I manage a store in Park City where I was born and raised, and I have a few other jobs too. But
So we're basically a bunch of crazy people.
yeah.
And okay, she's forgetting one thing, guys. I'm just gonna throw it out there because she's totally downplaying herself. This bitch can dress. Okay, her fashion. Take it from me as a fashion designer.
She's a cool ass bitch.
Yeah, she's fucking top tier. Okay.
Okay, top tier.
I am just living my teen dream now that I can afford things. I like to play dress up.
I'm ready to go on that jet plane.
Let's go. Yacht me, baby.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Love it. So let's just, chit chat for a little bit. What's going on? How are we feeling? You guys, okay, let's give you a little insight onto how our morning has been today. Our week has been a little crazy. Oh my gosh, we started off with a car crash.
January
Starting
1st.
off strong.
Just put all your
Starting
troubles
the
in
year
the new
off
year.
with a bang.
$10,000 worth.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? Thank God for like full coverage. Could you imagine if I have to pay $10,000 out of pocket?
I have something to say about that. I'm so sorry, Shelby.
No, go ahead.
You motherfuckers, stop not putting full coverage on your car. That's just like full coverage when you get into an accident. That's the best thing.
Yeah, stop being a cheap ass.
Stop being a cheap ass. Liability is the worst. Like you get nothing from it. Okay, full coverage, you get your car covered. You might even get some money back if you get whiplash.
I wonder if we could get sponsored by a car insurance
That'd be
company.
State Farm.
This is coming from Allstate.
Hey, State Farm, Allstate, hit us
State
up.
Farm, I love
Geico?
you. Because I'm like paying.
Stop being a cheap ass, please.
Please, $500 is all you have to pay.
Fucking life savings by switching to Allstate.
to Geico.
I'm gonna send this segment to them.
You should. Yeah, but it's a good start. I'm happy that we're alive, Sunny and I.
Yes.
We're alive.
We're so
here.
happy you guys are safe.
I'm scared to drive, but that's okay.
You know, it's trauma. It's that thing called trauma, you know?
But other than that, like we're running a good restaurant. It's making good money this year.
Oh,
we're happy.
yeah. The name of the restaurant?
11th House Jamaican Food, Park City, Utah.
Park City, Utah.
Yes, guys. And just for you guys who don't really understand how to spell that, it's 1-1. H is in Harry, A is in Apple, U is in umbrella, and Z is in zebra. Don't laugh at me, motherfuckers.
11th
That
House.
was great.
Jamaican. And yes, we are authentic.
Authentic.
You are authentic.
What about you, Sam and Shelby? How's your week been?
Our week was good. My week was good. I'm speaking for you. I hope you had a good week.
I did have a good week. I just got back into town. I was in New York.
We got to do the Alicia Keys. Welcome to
New York. Okay, that song.
That was horrible.
I
I was like,
New York.
Yeah, there you go.
I hesitated because like downtown Manhattan, that song is playing everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Like the people in the little bicycle taxis that charge you like $60 a minute, blasting.
wait,
Alicia Keys.
did you just say $60 a minute?
It's not,
You're
but
over
it is.
exaggerating. Okay. I'm like, wait, hold on. $15 a
Don't quote
minute?
me on that, but that song is playing literally everywhere, and I did like that song, and then I was like,
Alicia Keys. You're
and then it
doing
was like
big.
they looked like 13-year-old girls to me. They're probably 21, but they're like hanging out of the sunroof, like with the taxi blasting it, and they were Snapchatting, just being like,
you know what-
"Ah!"
you know
And
what
I'm
the
like,
funny
girl, live
thing
your
is?
best life. Like, hell yeah, you're having a moment, enjoy that, but I'm bored.
Do you know what the funny thing about that is? Those bitches are probably not from New York.
No, they definitely are not. It was cute though. It looked fun. I have a new client who's due in February, and I'm just like super excited about that. So
If I ever have another baby, you're my girl.
The doula.
I can't promise you that though, because I don't plan on pushing out another baby.
Shit.
That's hard work.
Yeah, it is. A child is like a handbag you can never get rid of.
Or your broke best friend.
My little broke
it
best
is your broke best friend. I got 2 roommates that don't pay rent. It's annoying. They need to
shit.
step it up.
Step it up.
They will one day.
No, we had a good week though. We had a good
was,
week.
it was,
Yeah,
it
this morning though, we had a great morning setting up. It was exciting, getting everything ready for the podcast. I broke my fingernail off. It's bleeding. So
Thank God for Band-Aids and Tylenol.
thank God for Baby Shark Band-Aids and Tylenol. So we started off the morning strong. I broke Nyesha's tripod
Girl.
with my ass.
That ass! Can we get a clip of that ass? That ass!
No.
The camera was like, oh my God, ass.
That ass!
I'm just going to sit back and let y'all just finish.
You know, your friendship is worth more than a tripod, so it's all good. If I was a crazy materialistic bitch,
She means if she was 25. If I was 25, I would have been like, bitch, my tripod.
and still in Brooklyn,
Okay.
Those would have been
you,
fighting
you
words.
just got done talking about how you beat some girl's ass.
I beat asses when I was younger, but not anymore.
Not anymore. We're grown.
We're too spiritual for that. The words of the spirit shall speak.
Not the fist, the tongue. The
I
tongue.
have to walk away when I get to that level. I'm like, okay, I'm about to beat this bitch ass. Time to leave. Let's go. Time to go home.
The look in Mika's eyes right now.
I don't even like my temper, honestly. So I'm just like, calm down, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.
Jesus, Jesus.
Walk with me, Father.
Okay, we should probably get into topic.
Let's get into our first topic, you guys, which might be a hot topic for our audience listening in Utah.
Utah.
People working together
Utah.
with its mountains and valleys.
Utah.
This is the motherfucking place.
Utah. That's right.
So if you don't know where we're from Utah. We live here, and it's interesting to say
Very.
the least.
It is.
I think coming from all of us, we can all say we don't really fit into Utah culture here.
We don't, but we make it happen.
We
right?
make it work. We
Yeah.
have each other.
Yep.
But let's talk about it. Utah
Okay.
culture.
Utah bitches.
Who wants to start
Utah
first?
bitches.
Oh,
Utah dudes.
I can. I remember the first time we moved here, and I got a job at Cicero's in Park City, and they were like, "We're gonna have an employee party." So my sister and I were from New York City. We got all dolled up. We was looking so cute. Walked into
Fucking
the party,
dapper.
people. They had on t-shirts and flip flops. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
No one gets dressed. You and I talk about this all
It's
the time.
ridiculous to me.
It's like when you and I went to that R&B show. I'm standing there in this sea of people. I swear to God, I was the only woman wearing heels at this show.
Yeah.
And we're out. We're out.
My thing is like,
People were wearing like dirty ass t-shirts and fucking shoes.
it's horrible. Like, self-care is a part of looking good.
We should have that topic.
Okay, I know a lot
Self-care.
of people are not religious, but it does says in the Bible, Jesus is like, look your best. I want you to be in diamonds and gold.
You're damn
That's
right.
Jesus right there. So I'm
Jesus.
gonna look good. You should always look good.
Agreed.
That's how you feel good.
I never knew I had so much in common with Jesus
You do, girl.
until now.
So
Yeah,
much.
you do. You
He is the bomb
Same.
diggity.
He is.
Okay.
He wants us to be our best. Yeah, for me, I don't know. I just think people here, it's kind of like I see what others are doing and then I do. I call Utah the fit in club,
Yes.
where everyone kind of wants to fit
Keeping up
in,
with the Joneses.
Keeping up with the Joneses, and they want to kind of just look at me. I'm with the crowd that's popular. Like, fuck you guys.
It's the beehive mentality.
Yes.
We're the
Really?
beehive state with a beehive
And Sam,
mentality.
you've been here you grew up. You
You've
were
been
born here,
here.
right?
I
So
was
you
born
can-
here, and Park City, for those who don't know, is kind of a liberal bubble in Utah.
Which is where we live.
And growing up there, my family's not religious, and we still had the LDS influence
Right.
in Park City. And I feel like you can't really go a couple blocks without a church or a seminary
That's true.
building. It's
Death
just
and
it's
God.
Utah. It's the mecca for this religion. But I had friends of all different spectrums of religions, and I was very curious. My parents let me, experiment and explore. But the LDS church was the most ostracizing for me. Like every other church was very welcoming when I wanted to just come in and see what was going on and listen and have my own views. But the LDS church was very not welcoming. The people were, but
Yeah.
the facilities themselves were not. So
Well,
it was
like-
hard for me to fit in
Yeah.
because I was kind of a witchy weirdo, and people had their groups, and I eventually fell in with the stoners.
Nice. We like
Yeah.
Snoop Doggy Dog.
First, I was a thespian drama nerd, and then I was a stoner. Quite
Girl,
some time.
Jamaicans, majority of us are stoners. I'm trying to stop, but
Yeah, Utah culture is strange. So I grew up down in St. George, Utah, which for those of you that don't know, so St. George is even more, in my opinion, more conservative, less diverse, less, open-minded than even Salt Lake. And so that's where I grew up. It's gotten better. I'll give it that credit from when I grew up, but it still has a long, long way to go. And I remember this memory is like so stuck in my mind. My family's amazing. They're very open, wonderful people. And I went to a performing arts high school. I transferred, yes. I transferred from my normal middle school to a performing arts high school. I grew up dancing my whole life, all of that good stuff, and wanted to be immersed in the arts. And I remember my grandmother, transferred me to this school, and we had a lady in our neighborhood that said, "Don't you know there's gay people there?"
Oh my God.
And my grandmother, being the woman that she is, she was like, it's not contagious, right? Like, it's not a big deal.
That's so rude.
And that memory is forever stuck in my mind. And of course, the way my grandmother handling it as well, just being like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" As she apparently had Jesus and she was
but that's
part of our church, but that's not what it's about. And so it just was like so crazy growing up in that environment. But then once I got to that school, I mean, everyone was very open there. So I had my little bubble when I was at school of really great, open-minded, wonderful people. But yeah, it's very interesting. We might have to take a break here in a minute before we start our next topic.
I want to talk about when we first moved to Park City, Mika and I being Jamaicans from Montego Bay to Park City, to Brooklyn, to Park City. The funny thing for me is in movies, I would always see people bringing people cookies at their homes.
Yes.
And this lady came with cookies or like tons of people. And I'm like, these bitches are trying to murder us.
Yeah, we were like, or they look at you and wave hi. And we're like, do you fucking know her?
Maybe some people are genuine, but that's another topic.
It was just too happy. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
We'll talk about that next
I
time,
had
okay,
paused
guys?
it.
We're going to take a break.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, you guys. We needed a quick break. Make sure we're all good to go. We lost some video footage, but it's fine. It's our first one. So this episode is going to be all audio. Anyways, let's get going on to our second topic,
Yes,
which is
Anybody?
dating.
Oh, fuck.
I'm like, which one is it? Dating
It's
in
fine.
Utah.
Dating in Utah.
Ain't happening.
Yikes. Yeah, a little bit scary, a little bit questionable, a little bit shady. Sunny,
Why me?
because of the face you're making.
Dating in Utah is okay if you understand the culture and you just understand that every man in every state or every country is built different.
Yeah.
It's just according to the culture.
You have to go
Like,
after the ones here.
Yeah, like these guys here, they like when you call them.
Hell no.
They like when you're like, I'm interested. If you're the girl that, and I'm not saying all of you guys, I do not want to generalize. If you're calling them, if you're liking things that they like, and it's kind of like a 50-50 thing to me in Utah. They're not like, what is it called? Chivalry type.
So basically, you're telling me that women are the men and men are the bitches.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
But that's what it feels like here.
For you. I'm just saying for most guys here, I feel like the guys here are a bit more sensitive.
Sensitive and a little bit like meek.
Yes.
Oh
so
my God.
so it's kind of like, yeah, that's why most of the time they like their women submissive, but more
A lady
They wanna break you.
no, they don't want a lady.
They want a mommy. Do their laundry and do the dishes and clean the house and have food ready on the table, and they don't want you to say shit about it.
And that's why I don't have no fucking man.
And
Because
they
I'm not
like-
that woman.
And I'm not placing everyone in the same bubble, but from what I've encountered, they also like when you flirt and sleep with their friends. Some of them.
Not me.
Some of them in Utah, yes,
No,
they do.
ew.
They don't give a shit. It's
Not
like,
a homie hopper.
I'm just saying.
No.
There's an underground
I have
culture
to chime in
it.
here. I don't think that this is exclusive to Utah. I think that it's just the time that we're in
Thank
where
you.
dating changed in
Yes.
our generation because there's just so many options right now.
Yeah.
And everything is just quite convoluted. Yeah, I think it's hard for people to reach out and get what they want. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if the fear of rejection has been amplified because of social media and the fact that it's this instant message where you can just say whatever you want without repercussions, and you can be mean, or you can just say nothing at all.
But I have to say, this is the first culture that I've been in that's a pussy on the forehead culture.
Please explain.
In this culture, it's just so forward where the pussy's on the forehead. You could meet a guy and within 4 hours, 6 hours, you're fucking.
Well, some women can do that.
It's just something within this culture
Can I
that
say
I've seen.
something? We have the pussy power. Women have so much power. Without us, what are they going to get? You know what I mean? But in Utah, I feel like in general, we're in a point in our generation where women are as equal as men are, so they don't have to work as hard to be a man.
I also think a big part of it, kind of going off of what Sam said, is with social media now, it's always the grass is greener.
And it's not.
And you can have someone that's really great. You can have someone that is a great partner and whatever, right? But we have social media, so it's like you're always scrolling. And of course, there's beautiful people in the world. They're never going to go away. But the fact is now that they're right in front of our face, and they're so easily accessible through social media and through different, ways of communicating, that, all it takes is to shoot a quick little DM to
That's
someone
true.
that you think is hot or sexy or whatever, while you have someone here right next to your side that might be a great partner, but yet you see someone that...
So where's the self-control?
Well,
Exactly.
we're
That's where it comes
missing-
in. Where's the boundaries?
Where's the morals?
Well, and I think where is the line between
Self-love.
you personally feeling like
Self-love.
you're settling for a
Self-love.
partner versus, going after what you want and thinking you deserve better? Because, you might, depending on the relationship that you're in. But I think, it really takes some self-love and some self-reflection to be like, hey, am I thinking the grass is greener because me and my partner had a stupid fight today and they really are a good person and a great partner to me? Or is this a toxic, terrible relationship that I need to get out of before I start looking at other people?
Exactly.
And I don't think people do that.
If you see someone, you want to date them, you want to sleep with them, it's your prerogative.
Yes, because it's your vagina.
Like, it's your vagina, it's
Your
your
penis.
penis. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, are you spreading yourself so thin that after a while your security becomes insecurity?
When a woman sleeps with a man, we take in their energy as women. We take in everything
tantric
that they
energy.
have. We take in all of them. We keep it as women. It's so funny. It's crazy. So for me, I just feel like, well, I've been single for a while, and it's because I know what I want. Girl, Jesus needs to come and send me Boaz. Where you at?
Boaz, where you at, Boaz?
I've been single for a minute because I'm very picky. And I realized that I had issues within myself that I needed to change and garbage that I needed to kind of empty within.
Yeah.
Because you don't realize that you're bringing something to the table. You are also in charge of your life, the relationship, and you can't get annoyed at the littlest things. Like, no one's perfect. You're going to find that person where the imperfections you can live with. Do you know what I mean?
That's the key to love, because no one's perfect. Can I deal with this person's pros and their cons?
Exactly.
But that's the thing that's an issue there, where people have an issue in their relationship and then they go, open their phone and they look at, oh, well, I can have ABC all the way to Z
Too many options.
And working on a relationship it's hard. Look into yourself and see what your behavior is doing to your partner. It's not just one-sided.
It's not.
And working on that relationship, some people just don't know how to do it. B, some people are afraid and they don't want to speak their truth because they don't know how.
Wow. Yeah.
They don't know how to ask for what they want.
Sad.
I think speaking your truth in a relationship is so important, but I don't always think it's because you don't know how. It could be because of a past relationship. It's a huge thing that I've been learning, because speaking my truth in a multitude of my past relationships was not okay to do. And I know a lot of women and a lot of people have experienced that, but it is so important that once you get out of that relationship, that you actually address that issue.
Yeah.
Because if you want a healthy relationship, you have to be able to speak up and speak up in a healthy way. And understand that if someone can't handle your truth,
You need to leave.
you need to leave.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with you. The dark side to that is that we are all from different cultures.
Yeah, we
and a lot of us right now are in intertwining, whether it's, what is it, interracial. We're all intertwining cultures. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, because it's how they
It's
saw
how they
their-
were raised.
Also, this is the feminist movement. It's everything is changing, and women do feel more safe to speak up for what they want, especially when they are in a culture that really straps them down or shames them for doing so. A lot of those situations, wherever that may be, it's still a huge thing, but women are speaking out, they're speaking up, and it is a feminist movement, but it also cause and effect, right? And so now men are trying to find their place in that, whether they want to be an advocate or they're forced into that because they're like, why am I single? Why are all these it's like everybody is going through this change right now.
Yeah.
And it's our responsibility to figure out how we want to react.
Yeah.
Really looking at yourself and seeing, where do my responsibilities lie in this movement? Because either you move or you stay still.
Yeah.
And everyone knows what being stagnant, I mean, that's the definition of insanity, is just doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of this toxic masculinity that is arising comes from them not wanting to budge.
On behalf of the men, men were taught
Not to cry.
not to cry. You're a
Not to show your
provider for the home. You go out, you work, you come home, you get a hot plate of food, you have sex, you go to bed, you repeat, you go out with your friends. So men are actually more so than women taught not to express their emotions.
Well, and I think men have also been taught that their self-worth and their self-image
Is money.
is directly tied to how much money they make.
Yep.
And directly tied to their productivity. All of those things are important.
They're very important.
They are important things that, shouldn't be just forgotten about. But I think it needs to be understood and start to be taught that I look at my son and I'm like, your self-worth is not tied to how much money you make.
Exactly.
Your self-worth is tied to who you are, right? And how much money you make and how productive you are, and all of those things are going to be things that elevate you, not define you, and things that can elevate the people around you. And in turn, right, that can build up your self-image. But I think, men having their self-image so closely tied to those things has been detrimental to everybody.
To everybody, because the man is supposed to be the leader of the household. And I truly believe that.
I believe
I do.
believe that too.
I believe that
I
too.
do believe that men are the handle and women are the hammerhead. Is it the other way around?
My Big Fat Greek Wedding or whatever, when she was like, the man is the head, but the woman is the neck.
Yeah.
So that is what it's based on. It's two people coming together and supporting one another.
You know what I need?
And I think that's a good point. It's two people, because there's this whole other movement arising with, gender norms and people identifying as what they believe or who they are born to be. Gender roles have changed in general. Wow. Okay.
They have changed where the woman
Yeah.
is making the money and the man is at
And
home.
it's finding a partner that is the yin to your yang.
Exactly.
And finding something that works, but really establishing who is in that role. And whether it be, okay, maybe my partner who identifies as male is taking a more typical, stereotypical feminine role of the household.
Of the house. And that's fine.
And
There's
that's
nothing
fine.
wrong with that.
But I think it's establishing those roles. I think that's important.
Do you know what the problem is though? When the man takes that role, the woman wants to emasculate. A lot of times you
that's
find
a
the woman.
huge problem.
But some men like that.
Well,
wanna be whipped
I don't
and
want no
shamed.
man to want to. I
Well,
want a man.
and that's where it comes back to self-reflection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you're going to be in a partnership, you have to respect that person. And it doesn't matter, man, woman, whoever you're with, you have to have respect for them.
I agree.
And if you think that just because your man is the one that's staying home and you're the one going out making money and you feel like that it gives you a right to emasculate them or talk down to them, you know, that's not okay. And that's where it takes self-reflection to be like, why are you with them?
Yeah.
You know, you should be able to give your partner your full respect no matter what role each other is
I'm gonna be the
playing.
villain. My man is not staying home with no fucking baby. You're gonna go
I
out
don't think
there.
that's a villain
I'm
standpoint.
sorry. Yeah, that's just what I want.
I want that too.
Want you to be in your masculine. There's
the Jamaican in
nothing.
us.
There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with being in your feminine. If you need to step in your masculine to be happier, then do that.
Well, and I think I know I can speak for myself on this, and I feel like you guys will relate to it. And I think part of that, because I relate heavily to that as well, is that when I'm with a man, I want him to be in his masculine, his
I love
divine
that
masculine,
shit.
and just be a fucking man. You know what I mean?
Fucking animal.
And but I think part of that,
Rip shit off.
we have very strong personalities.
Yeah, we do.
And
Yeah.
I don't want to feel like I can just run my man over
Oh, hell no.
with my personality,
No.
with anything. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to feel like I can dominate you. You
If
know what I
I'm
mean?
feeling that way, I
we need
always
to be
leave.
able to like,
I leave.
we need, it
Sorry,
needs to
guys.
mesh.
I need to feel like I can dominate you sometimes in the bedroom. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
bedroom is a little different.
I am not. What?
So that brings up, so for me, I kind of have a different experience because I am bisexual. So I've had different relationships, and I tend to take a more feminine role when I'm with a man. I want to have that be very masculine. And when I'm with a woman, I take on a masculine energy, and I want someone who's very feminine.
Sam's like,
Sam's
I
like,
need
I'm a
you to be a
I'm a
pretty
switch.
You got to be a
Switch
pretty
up on
bitch,
you.
and we gonna turn you up.
But it's
this place.
confusing for me. I just yeah, it's hard for me to establish those roles, and then also when I'm flipping back and forth from relationships from male to female, I kind of have to like check myself.
Because
And-
you
need the
want to whip
balance.
his
Because
ass.
also sometimes I do present myself with that masculine energy, and then it kind of changes the relationship, and then I'm unhappy, and I'm like, oh, it's because I'm kind of taking on this role where I would prefer to be more feminine in this relationship than have to freaking
Sometimes you have
hold
to
up
be
your
masculine,
goddamn
though.
trousers. Like,
Sometimes
I
you
think
have
there's
to
a
be
time-
masculine
I
in a
agree, Meeks.
relationship. I feel like you have to be sometimes,
Yeah.
like you have to let them know, like, what the fuck are you doing?
There's a time
know
and a
what I
place.
mean? Like,
just like they
you know
will
what I
say to you,
mean?
"What are you doing?
I wish you guys could have seen Nyesha's face just now when she said that.
What the fuck are you doing?"
So that's my problem. Like, I realize that I'm very dominant.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need to be a little bit more submissive.
Oh my god!
Just that Jamaican women, we want to beat their
Can I
ass.
say
But
something?
yeah, go
What?
ahead, Sunny.
When you said you're very dominant, I'm like, dominate that dick.
Yes, I
not
do.
your second merge.
Yes, I do. All day, every day.
Coming soon on a t-shirt near you.
Dominate that
dick.
Real or strap on?
I hate you guys.
Oh god!
Dominate that dick. I can't.
You know it's the double D's over here. We dominating dicks.
You better dominate, ladies. Don't lie around like a dead fish. It's a problem.
Okay. Can I just say something before we take another break? Ladies, and this is another topic
Learn to work
have.
those hips.
I'm tired of men in Utah calling you guys dead trout.
Jesus Christ. Okay, that's a topic for another day. Let's take a break. All right, you guys, I think that is where we're going to wrap up our first episode.
Yay!
Round of applause. I'm so proud of us for being able to create this beautiful thing. And I hope that you guys listening continue to share, download, go follow us on Instagram, The Realest Podcast with 3 underscores. Follow us all individually as well. And we're going to continue to keep it real with you guys with every single episode that we come out. As of right now, we're going to have about 1 episode a month and we're going to ramp it up. We're so excited. We hope you guys love the podcast and we can't wait to just continue to grow and move forward. That's The Realest.
That's the realest.
The realest.
Keep it real, baby.
Keep it real, baby.